All about podcast rankers from Canadian Music Week in Toronto, the latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. In Sounds Profitable this week with Podsight's Tom Webster discusses the 3 different podcast rankers out there and whether the calculation of total audience from them is accurate. Talking of which, Podtrac published their latest podcast rankers. iHeartRadio is still number 1 network, though the company doesn't measure SXM media. The Daily is still number 1 podcast. There's no change in the top 5 of either ranker. Spotify is taking a number of podcast hosts and producers to the Cannes Lions Festival later this month. Tascam has released the Mixcast 4 podcast station, a product that will inevitably be compared to the Rodecaster Pro 2. Quartz has looked at the past, present and future of podcasting, and Gumball has signed Almost Adulting with Violet Benson to its roster. And in People News, Kara Swisher is to leave the New York Times and return to Vox Media and will host a new interview show there. And in Podjobs today at podjobs.net, Acast is hiring for a managing director for Acast UK and Ireland. And in podcast news, Hot Money, Who Rules Porn is new today from the Financial Times and Pushkin. Porn produces around 1/10 of internet traffic, and the show looks at a business few people really talk about and who controls it. Healthy Thinking is a brand new podcast from Life Sciences Hub Wales, exploring some of the most interesting and important topics impacting health and social care innovation. There's also an accompanying Welsh language podcast. And Spotify's Parcast premiered their latest new series, Healing with David Kessler, a new podcast exclusively on Spotify. Host David Kessler is an international best-selling author of 6 books. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.